This is News 8 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Kozorowski. Alexandra is off this afternoon. We have to start here in the Weather Center with Nicole Skalicki because it is an alert day today and the dangerous cold continues, but hopefully a warm up in our future, Nicole.
Yes, it's still very cold out there. A warm up is on the way, but we still have to get through, unfortunately, the coldest portion of this cold stretch that we have coming up. So we do still have alert day conditions going through Tuesday afternoon. That's when we're going to see the potential for wind chills getting as low as -40 in those early morning hours as we wake up tomorrow. Still seeing daytime highs today, staying potentially below zero across most of the area. Tomorrow, though, after we get through that quick burst of cold in the morning, it's actually going to be a little bit warmer than we have in the past few days. Here's our lows this morning. Again, very cold out there. -9 in La Crosse, -19 in Eau Claire. As we go to our feels like temperatures right now, it's not feeling very warm out there, and we're not really looking to warm up too much as we go throughout the rest of the day either. Feeling like -14 in La Crosse, -26 in Eau Claire. If you want to find any comfort in this, you can find it that we're not the only ones sitting in this cold. There are actually places in the country that are feeling a little bit colder than this, but most of the country right now is feeling like they're below freezing right now, and you can see that through our cold weather alerts. Most of us in the United States are sitting in these cold weather alerts, and actually at home we're seeing a extreme cold warning going into tomorrow morning when we have that coldest portion of our weather coming in. But on the good news, 40 days until meteorological spring, so hopefully we can get out of this cold fast, and we'll have some warming up coming as we go in the next month or so. But I'll have all the details on when the cold will end coming up in a little bit.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Thank you, Nicole. Well, with this cold, the city of La Crosse has opened its emergency warming day shelter in response. That center is open at the La Crosse Public Library over on Main Street. Any community members seeking refuge from the severe cold are going to be welcome there. It's open today until 7 in the evening. It'll also be open on Tuesday from 8 until noon. And a reminder, you can always track weather on your block by downloading our First Warn weather app. You can find it on the App Store or on Google Play. Donald Trump is officially the 47th president of the United States. Trump expected to take about 200 executive actions today. CBS's Jared Hill reports on the inauguration from inside the Capitol.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Donald Trump took the oath of office Monday, becoming the first president since Grover Cleveland in 1893 to serve 2 non-consecutive terms.
James David Vance, do solemnly swear.
I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear.
Shortly before that, J.D. Vance was sworn in as Vice President of the United States. Former Presidents Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and Barack Obama all turned out for the historic event, as did outgoing President Joe Biden, who had tea at the White House with Trump.
The golden age of America begins right now.
In his inaugural address, Trump promised to begin the complete restoration of America and revolution of common sense. By the end of the day, Trump is expected to sign some 200 executive actions, including several on his key issue of immigration.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came.
For the first time since Ronald Reagan's second inauguration in 1985, the swearing-in ceremony was moved inside of the Capitol building because of the dangerously cold temperatures outside. Despite the cold, crowds of Trump supporters gathered before dawn outside of Capital One Arena, where a reimagined inaugural viewing and parade is being held.
One thing about him is I know what he wants to do. He doesn't think one thing and do something behind closed doors. You know what to expect from him.
A new CBS News poll shows 60% of Americans are optimistic about the next 4 years. That's higher than Trump's first term in office. Jared Hill, CBS News, the Capitol.
Now, security was tight for Trump's inauguration. Over 25,000 law enforcement and military personnel were on hand. Get a live look now at Capitol Hill. The inauguration festivities in D.C. will be continuing throughout the day. In about 15 minutes, the presidential parade kicks off. It'll happen inside the Capital One Arena. That parade will include marching bands and floats. Outgoing President Joe Biden today issuing several preemptive pardons. They were for several members of his family, as well as Dr. Anthony Fauci, General Mark Milley, and Liz Cheney. Pardons were also given to members of Congress who investigated the Capitol attack. The pardons came just hours before President Trump was sworn in. Joyful reunions in the Middle East after 3 Israeli hostages were released in a long-awaited ceasefire deal. Israel released 90 Palestinian prisoners as part of that agreement. CBS's Ramy Inocencio has more from Tel Aviv.
Held hostage in fear for 15 months by Hamas, now held tight in joy by their families. Romy Gonen, Doron Steinbrecher, and Emily Damari, missing 2 fingers, who must have feared they might never come home. A Red Cross convoy driving into Gaza was the first sign Hamas was keeping to the deal. But the handover was chaotic. Hamas fighters and crowds of Palestinians surrounded and climbed over their vehicles. Then a first glimpse of the women as they bolted between cars and to freedom. Just 40 miles north in Tel Aviv, families and friends danced and cried, as did hundreds of Israelis watching from Hostage Square.
I'm so happy for the mothers that they got together again.
What went through your mind?
It's them. All the people around the world should have this joy of people coming back home alive. It is still the happiest thing that you can ever live through.
And celebrations too. In the occupied West Bank for 90 Palestinian detainees, mostly women, released in exchange. They were treating us like animals, said 18-year-old Rose Royce. Abdelaziz Atone said, I left hell and now I'm in heaven. But in the wasteland of Gaza, any joy was tempered by grief for the tens of thousands killed as displaced Palestinians fanned out across the Strip, back to shattered homes. I built this house piece by piece, said Jomah Shadi. I don't see my home. I only see destruction.
So much loss on both sides over the past 470 days. Day 1 of this fragile deal is over, but there is anxiety about whether it can hold and between sworn enemies. Hamas still holds more than 90 hostages, and that includes 7 Americans. Ramy Inocencio, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
Back home, Viterbo is celebrating Martin Luther King Day today through service learning and celebration. Roughly 125 students, employees, and alumni from the college helped serve all around the La Crosse community.
Service is one of our core values of the university. We have numerous service Saturdays throughout the year where our students serve all over the community. But on Martin Luther King Day, it's really important that we get out and lead by example and serve our communities.
The Viterbo students and staff are serving at 11 sites across La Crosse. Some of the things they're doing include cleaning the Children's Museum facility to creating insulated sleeping mats for unsheltered neighbors. Police identifying the victim in a weekend shooting death. The victim, 42-year-old Justin Betts. Police say the shooting suspect is 28-year-old Cody Allen, who is in custody. Investigators say the shooting happened on the 1800 block of George Street. Betts was found with gunshot wounds and died on the scene. The shooting reportedly stemmed from an argument. The New Lisbon community coming together to remember 13-year-old Skyla Sorensen. Skyla was one of 3 victims in last month's homicides. Her parents described her as a bright, caring soul who loved helping others. The suspect in the murders, 47-year-old Virgil Thu, remains in custody on $5 million bond. Still to come, Trump launches a new cryptocurrency, and the coin already soaring in value. And see what topped the box office this weekend. A couple of surprises when we come back.
It's the 4-day sale at Home Furniture. This Friday through Monday, get up to 10% off sale prices throughout the showroom. This sectional is just $13.99, or this dining set is just $9.99. The 4-day sale ends Monday at Home Furniture.
Are you ready to build your future? Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor is hiring and wants you to apply. The starting wage for laborers is up to $21 per hour with no experience necessary. We will train the right candidate. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun they're having, it's easy to take for granted how they warm up, by the fire, or simply adjusting their thermostat. But for some of us, it's not that easy. Some of us need to decide whether to heat or to eat, or to further neglect our basic survival needs. We are working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans, all struggling to pay record heating bills. These dangerous temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for us, they can be deadly. If you are struggling to decide if you can put food on the table or heat your home, please reach out for a hand up. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
I'm Mike Rowe, and this is the most honest commercial you're going to see all week.
Today, we're waterproofing a basement.
How long do you think this problem has been a problem?
Well, actually, the homeowner told us that she's lived here for 42 years, and when they first moved in, they had water issues.
Yeah.
That is like your telltale sign of like, hey, I'm having an issue, and that's when people should call.
Get a free and honest inspection with Innovative Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Right now at Homeworld Rugs, get 10% off Area Rug sale prices. Choose from many different shapes, sizes, and patterns with Area Rug experts in every showroom to help you find the perfect rug. 10% off Area Rugs going on now at Homeworld Rugs.
Costco is facing a potential strike. Workers are preparing for a potential strike at the company's warehouses in 5 states. Members of the Teamsters Union authorized a strike unless they get a new contract. The current one expires January 1st. Workers are asked for better wages and benefits. TikTok is back for millions of U.S. users, and there's a new box office champ. CBS's Matt Piper has more from New York.
TikTok began restoring service to its tens of millions of U.S. users yesterday after briefly shutting down over the weekend. The initial shutdown was due to a U.S. law banning the app unless it divests from Chinese parent company ByteDance by Sunday's deadline. TikTok posted a message saying it was reinstating access in the U.S. after President-elect Donald Trump vowed to try and pause the ban. Trump initially tried to ban the app during his first term, citing national security concerns. Ahead of today's inauguration, the incoming president launched a Trump meme cryptocurrency token that shot up in value over the weekend. The coin was sold at $10 a piece initially before soaring to a high of more than $70 each before eventually sliding back down in value. Trump embraced the cryptocurrency industry while running for president. A separate meme coin was also launched for incoming First Lady Melania Trump. An R-rated comedy, One of Them Days, debuted with more than $11 million domestically over the weekend. It topped the weekend box office, along with Mufasa: The Lion King, which also took in more than $11 million. Horror flick Wolfman opened in 3rd place, raking in more than $10 million.
Coming up, why prices for medical bills change from doctor to doctor and how to get the best deal.
When I'm done, cleaned up, and I take the customer down there, I go through it all with them and explain how the equipment operates, show them how the bypass operates, how to set the clock, how the unit actually backwashes, pulls brine, how a water softener actually works.
Don't settle with the insurance company until you've talked with Schwabel, Getz, and Sieben.
I felt so special. I felt that I was going to be their #1 client.
I just got a great peace of mind knowing that I wasn't a case number, that we were doing this together.
We really did feel like we had a team behind us.
I was really impressed with how they treated us. They were backing us up 100%.
They always have your best interest in mind.
Go to Schwabel.com and fill out a free online case evaluation. There is no fee unless we win.
The Sparta Innovation STEM Academy, recognized as Wisconsin's #1 charter middle school, has open enrollment until March 31st for incoming 6th graders. Enroll now in meaningful applications of science, technology, engineering, and mathematical concepts. The Sparta Innovation STEM Academy, located in Meadowview Middle School, provides a teacher-led, inquiry, problem-based learning environment. Learn more at www.isasparta.com.
When I'm done, cleaned up, and I take the customer down there, I go through it all with them and explain how the equipment operates, show them how the bypass operates, how to set the clock, how the unit actually backwashes, pulls brine, how a water softener actually works.
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes, those with a special kind of courage or ability, those saving the day, one person at a time. News 8 Now wants to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero.
For the first time, federal health officials have approved nicotine pouches to help smokers cut back or quit. The FDA has authorized 10 flavors of Zyn pouches. The decision doesn't mean the product is fully safe, but experts say it's less harmful than traditional tobacco products. Opponents warn that flavored nicotine products appeal to young people. The Affordable Care Act was successful in reducing health care costs and improving health overall. A JAMA study found people enrolled in Medicare after the act were less likely to be hospitalized and paid lower out-of-pocket costs. That act was signed into law in 2010. Who your doctor works for impacts the price you pay for health care. Another JAMA study found more doctors are working for hospitals run by private equity firms. Data showed that compared to doctors working independently, prices for office visits at hospitals cost 11% more, and visits for private equity affiliated doctors were 8% higher. We'll have more news ahead, but first, let's get a live look outside through CityCam 8. Nicole's in next with your full forecast.
Winter is here. And with winter weather come accidents and mishaps. Whether you're on your way to work, walking the dog, or out on the trail, accidents can happen.
At Bygoff and Rohde, we help you get the settlement you deserve to put your life back on track.
Live at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Richie McDonald, formerly of Lone Star. Baby, I'm amazed by Larry Stewart of Restless Heart. Tim Rushlow, formerly of Little Texas. Together as the Frontmen at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Black River Falls. Valentine's, February 14th. The music of Lone Star, Restless Heart, and Little Texas. Tickets now at Ticketmaster.com or Ho-Chunk Gaming, Black River Falls. The Frontmen, Friday, February 14th. Must be 21 or over to attend.
Bad back? Get Good Feet with the personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store. Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet, good life. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
Taco John's just married a taco with a quesadilla. Well, they're more like grilled all-white meat chicken and creamy fiesta sauce with melty, cheesy benefits. But OM Cheese, they're good together. The new OM Cheese Quesadilla Taco at Taco John's.
When you're dealing with your own insurance company, you may think that they're on your side, but the truth is, they're not. They're only concerned about their bottom line. That's why you need to hire Bygoff and Rohde. We get results.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Okay, sorry about that. Here we are. That cold just froze up my microphone. It's so good. It's going to be so cold out there in the morning. As I was saying, we do have that coldest portion of this cold blast still ahead of us, but we're almost out of the thick of it. As you're waking up in the morning, we are going to feel, unfortunately, what are the coldest wind chills that we have coming up. As you wake up, 32 below in La Crosse, 34 below in Eau Claire. Some areas more into central Wisconsin and into southeastern Minnesota have the potential to get as cold as what feels like 40 below. But the good news is that's going to be moving out of the way fairly quickly as we go throughout the day tomorrow. We're actually seeing what feels like the highest temperatures getting nearly into the lower teens below zero. So some of our folks south of I-90 could be feeling closer to -10, which is actually going to feel like the warmest temperatures that we've had for the past few days. Now we'll dip down quickly into the evening, but actually after we get into the Tuesday overnight period, we're going to be warming up throughout the entirety of the night. As we go into Wednesday morning, we're actually going to be feeling like we're finally above zero by 9 a.m. Wednesday. Everybody, or at least most everybody, should be feeling like we're finally above zero after a nice long stretch of this cold weather. So we're almost out of it, but it's still going to be very cold in the morning, so do not let your guard down yet. Here's our overnight lows when you waking up in the morning, anywhere from 15 to even close to 30 below for more northern counties. And again, those wind chills are going to be exceptionally cold. Some locations could be feeling as low as -40 out there. And then our highs finally getting above zero. Some of us have been below zero for the past 3 days in a row. So it's going to be nice. Still very chilly out there, but still an improvement from what we've had the last few days. And then it's only going to go up from there. It's not going to be exceptionally warm, so to say, but we're actually going to be getting closer to our typical average highs. This line right here is the average high, 27. We're going to be right on the dot on Wednesday. A little bit cooler going into Thursday as those winds shift to be back out of the south again. But by the weekend, some of us could be potentially seeing the 30s again out there. As we look at our sky tracker, we do have a light chance for some snow passing through that will come with the warmer air that we have on the way. We do have a warm front passing through going into Wednesday. That's going to up the cloud coverage, so we're staying mostly sunny tomorrow, but it's still not going to feel like we have that sun shining down on us. And then by Wednesday evening, late evening, we could start to see some flurries going across the area. Those will continue throughout most of the night and even into Wednesday morning and afternoon as well, but as you can see, they're very sparse and light, so we're really not expecting any more than 1 to 2 inches across the rest of the area. And after that snow moves out, we're looking to have a fairly dry rest of the week, still looking for our next big snowstorm out there. We had that one back in December, but since then we've been very dry and we're not really looking to see too much activity. But the good news is, again, those temperatures finally take that rebound. We're looking to stay somewhat closer to average for the next week or so. So thankfully we don't have another blast. It's been a roller coaster. We thought it felt cold by the beginning of last week, and then we got that nice warm up to end the week out, and now we really know what cold feels like.
We sure do. Yeah, that Thursday, Friday was not too shabby at all.
It was like mean. It was teasing us, and then we get this.
A taste of what's possible. I liked earlier in the show 40 days until spring.
And that was till March 1st, so that's meteorological spring. You still really be cold out there in the Midwest, but it's a nice benchmark to look forward to.
For sure. In the meantime, we'll have to get through the longest month, even though it's the shortest month of the year, February in the Midwest. All right, Nicole, thanks very much. Coming up, a Knicks fan getting an opportunity of a lifetime. How one shot changed his life and who he got to celebrate with.
We've done many, many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
Your job title shouldn't define you, but in the job I'm running for, it should. I'm Brad Schimmel, and justice is my life's work. Helping Wisconsin's most vulnerable, stopping elder abuse, taking on human traffickers, putting pedophiles behind bars, and leading the Sexual Assault Kit Initiative, clearing 4,000 backlogged tests so survivors could finally get justice. For me, it's not a title. It's my mission statement.
You come alive in the dead of winter and start work early on snow days, because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to move, plow, blow, and thrive in the winter. So when the snow falls, you can rise to meet it.
Right now, receive 0% APR for 60 months and up to $2,300 off BX Series tractor packages. Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
With a tankless system, you can have unlimited hot water whenever and for however long you need it. Upgrade to a tankless today and never be left without hot water again. Rely on Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Some NBA magic on the basketball court, but it wasn't from the players. In a timeout during the Timberwolves and Knicks game, a fan made a one-handed half-court shot. That fan winning a 2025 Kia Telluride X-Line. That vehicle worth about $40,000. And at the end of the video, Knicks superfan Ben Stiller giving him a huge hug. Love to see it. Well, after the break, Nicole is going to be back with one final check of your frigid forecast.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Out with the olds and in with the new at Wesco in Sparta. Grab amazing deals with discounts up to 50% off. Floor models, overstacks, and slightly blemished items must go. So incredible, even I can't believe the savings. Our team is ready to help you find the perfect piece for your home. Hurry, these deals won't last long. Head to Wesco in Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And remember to tell them Peyton sent you.
No matter where I seat my guests, they seem to like the kitchen best. A kitchen's the heart of the home. It should be warm and welcoming. It should be attractive and functional. But it can be a real challenge unless you come here where you can meet with a designer, find all of the products that you need, and trust the project to our carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. For kitchens, bathrooms, and other home improvements, put your trust in the Board Store Home Improvements. Contact us today.
It's a textbook case. Out of sight, out of mind.
Couldn't they see the signs?
Here, look at the autopsy report. The signs are all there. A plugged vent, rust buildup, dirty flame sensor, and loose wiring. No sign of maintenance. The list goes on and on.
What about the filter?
Don't get me started on the filter.
Well, what does your gut tell you, Rook?
Gotta be someone close to the victim.
Someone with access.
I know who our suspect is.
If you suspect something is up with your HVAC system, call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
News 8 Now Sports.
Well, if you're one of the ones that get today off, I have a great idea for you on how you can spend it. Stay inside. It's really cold out there. A high of only -2. And again, we still have that coldest portion to get through tomorrow morning. Otherwise, we're almost out of it. 27 for that high on Wednesday. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And 31 at the end of the week. Going to feel like a heat wave out here.
You're sweating out there. Yeah, it's going to be hot.
Thanks for joining us at noon. I'll see you at 5. Nicole will see you tomorrow.